Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Tuesday, number 4 day for the month of July 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Koni Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis, for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia, we don't get two very disturbing videos them where they come from La République du Cameroon, the good and the bad. But before that, it be very important make a put for our people them which way that happen concerning the rape cases them way La République then use them for our territory. We don't know how way La République they seize get their identity card, call them for that corner them, rape them repeatedly. We don't get these cases where they go on for inside Bamenda, for inside Kumba, and for several places them for inside Ambazonia, even including Akwaya, where we get a situation of mass rape. Yesterday, we suffer with killings where that happened following rape where happened for inside 6 La République du Cameroon, their terrorists beat them. Then break into the house of one Ambazonian family for inside my 36 for BOYO, for inside They meet up 2 girls them for the house. They rape them, gang rape these 2 girls them, break their ribs them. In the course of this rape, the girls ran die, both of them, from wounds and where they incur them during that rape. We happened for my 36 for BOYO, for inside The family then be unconsolable. It don't break our heart for just to go through the briefing the way they come from about this particular incident. The La République du Cameroon, the administrator, they scramble for try for cover up the issue. The cops them for the gear them that I'm take and ferry them directly by Cameroon military trucks them for Bamenda mortuary. This pain in the heart for the pain for the Ambazonia and the way they don't kill them for the past 2 weeks. Would they ask our Takambung them for inside for BOYO, even for Ginicom, me then rise up, cry for the war, me the war in no way to way it happen for them. Do not die in silence. When things like this happen, then succeed for intimidate una no fit come up for talk for aside. Even the family member that they fear for give interviews, if they give interview, they go come back and kill them. If you no go talk, that death for that pikin them, it no go ever leave your heart. It go continue for pain you. The terror we were people that they live under La République du Cameroon, it is just straight from hell. You cannot imagine the amount of fear our people are living under. When you talk to the family members, the neighbors, those who are eyewitness, how fearful they are in their day-to-day life against the Cameroon occupation, the Cameroon terrorist forces. But there is a point where you must overcome that fear, because if we don't shatter this fear, these chains that they have put in our hands is born by the fear. Make una know say that the same fear where they be put on for the heart, for the family, for baby matter, the papa and mommy for baby matter, they be face death, imminent death. La République be tell and say we come back and kill them if una open una mop una talk. They be look their pikin in die body. They be say better me will follow our pikin go. We stand talk the truth, because we no fit live a single day with the memory so we don't hide or cover up or put our own safety in the face of the blood of our own pikin them. Now they appeal that way again for all Ambazonia the way that they go through this torture, this killing, this constant rape. For your own dignity and honor, for those who have died, you cannot stay quiet until this principle when Mancho BBC be preach am, say all for one, one for all. We embrace them. We are going to die in silence and continue to die for the rest of our life. It must come a point where you look at the blood of your own people, the killing and rape of 2 innocent girls who were in the comfort and security of their hearts when they thought that they were safe, when all the males have run away and the women thought that they could be safe. They come in, rape them, break their ribs, and both of them are dead. What would the people of look at themselves? Would they keep on calling themselves the heroes of who fought against the Germans? when you cannot even stand up for justice for your own daughters. You cannot even speak up for your own daughters. What is the use of the fund of COM? What is the use of the Ngumba and all the traditional and cultural unions of COM? The diaspora groups of COM? Oh, my people, what value do we put in our own people to stand up and cry for justice for these innocent ones? Even if you support or you do not support the struggle, are these crimes not worth you standing up and speaking out for these people? Especially when you know it is systemic in nature. Who again will come and say that he is standing on behalf of this same military or this same country, Cameroon, to speak to our people? Who is going to entertain them? And how does that reflect on your own soul as a person? God will not help us unless we stand up, because God do not work for a people without the people. God works for even the people he called his own chosen people. Unless they rise up, unless they do the right thing, then his hands will move for them. Fellow Ambazonians, the first video we are done talking for the beginning, we go play them, make una listen for. Now the viral video we done come up for La Republique, where one of their General Ngambo, is stand for inside church for pulpit, is saying strong warning for Atanganji Paul. On a listen for the audio where they come up for the video.
Une fois de plus, je vous dis que c'est vous, nos protecteurs de notre moralité. Je parle dans un temps. Vous voudrez bien dire, j'ai suivi avec beaucoup d'intérêt la correspondance du ministre de l'administration territoriale. Vous voudriez bien lui dire que dans un problème où un général de division a mis son nom, il ne saurait me traiter d'individu sans foi ni loi. Je le dis devant le bon Dieu. Il n'en a pas le droit. Il n'en a pas le droit de traiter un général nommé avant lui. Et peut-être qu'il partira avant lui. Je suis général toute ma vie. Vous êtes là pour nous protéger. Nous ne voulons pas la guerre dans ce pays. Nous avons protégé ce pays. Donc je souhaiterais que, avec le tact que je vous connais, vous puissiez appeler son attention sur les envolées lyriques qu'on utilise à l'endroit des citoyens ordinaires.
The general for the video, it castigate the same stern warning for Atanganji Paul. It talks to them for La Republique, they know you very well, making no feel like say they don't know you. Now the people in that way they promote war against the common man for that Cameroon. And this one, it be true. Sometimes we for Ambazonia would undermine the rule way individual that they play for which way it happen for our life. And I go tell now like somebody we don't get first hand interaction with these people them at the highest level. I go fit tell now say there are individuals who have tremendous influence for the bad thing the world is suffering. Why it be true? Say La Republique du Cameroon, Pobia, it take individual them where them be vested against their own people, where they don't stand talk something where it go against their own people where they don't ever turn back, for put them for position where they go continue for oppress their people on their own behalf. Those people themselves bear the sole responsibility for their conduct. For Pobia for continue for the key people them, they fight the war the way it fight them. It be need a minister of territorial administration for ban the consortium, for classify the Ambazonian resistance as an act of terrorism, for them for act day. After the Francophone it be do the movie them put na Atanganji Paul for them make it sustain them like man way come up for that place. Now based on his own judgment and his own recommendation where the war it go the way it go. That one I feel assure with na Ambazonian them. Now Atanganji Paul be one of those people them where they stand the talk say they no, me Paul be no ever negotiate with these people. Make them fight them Of course, Paul Bia know who it be and what he go talk before he put for day. But nevertheless, if ye is stand is denied for be used, things that could be different. I go the teguna, I would go through our history. Me gonna begin see the various rule where the various people that run the play for our struggle. And I go want to make Ambazonia and them, especially our grassroots people, my own country people them, me they understand how politics is play. Because if you don't know how politics is play, politics go to play with your life where you don't know. And I'm playing on a Gojidinka the video where he be talk about John Frundi. Say if you go for UN, he go take document, he send them for John Frundi, he born them. And I be telling I say that story where he be talk now just lie. It not be possible the thing where be talk say within 40 something hours they will give you independence if our parliamentarian then come out, or if Frundi be talking about parliamentarian then come out, let's say Frundi be even get parliamentarian during that time. Those are politics where they put pressure for the various individual them for do things that may sway towards one way or the other. And our population, they never be able to distinguish between politics and reality them. Because of this, we get so much confusion and people they take advantage for us. These politics are very dangerous. Imagine the amount of people the way they be don't always believe for that video where Gojidinka be put out. Then just blame Frundi, say that Frundi that make our never get independence to today. It go tends their view for Frundi in anything we do them and in anything we talk them. And it will become that object of hate. This type of politics is not good. But now the politics we don't play with right even before Gojidinka. I go to give una research work them for the archives that make it show now the reality of our history. So that it go put we in a better position for fight for our rights and which we will be entitled for. Effectively, Gojidinka be make that video for he had in no say the UN no fit grant we independence the way he be talk am. But he want direct hatred for Frundi because he be don't fight all his life, say one na independence and Ambazonia he be independence, he be don't hold a republic on a legal battle where he don't give you the biggest victory we'll get up. But he be used the wrong way because he be the fear say our population would be tied up with La Republic's politics for the SDF for try to become president rather than for pursue the path where we done designated for our people. Now the same thing where they go on. When I look to where I have a children try for do one for me, he go out for even talk me his spokesman can talk say the work with La Republic. Then start from one lie. Say Capo Daniel, they even lie say I no be the head for the delegation where he go for for Canada Day on behalf of the Hague of Sea. Things in way it be so obvious where there are proof of the contrary. And imagine how many people they were in that group. They hear all that lie them. They know how credible I be, but then choose for those blindly follow them. Those by not a small group of individuals them, but those are type of hateful politics where then destroy we completely the way we will be. And it be very important make we know our history, and I go bring our history for our people them right from the political evolution from Indili as we take and come up from Nigeria, the various politics and way they so that make we know the realities away from politics. Fellow Ambazonians, the second video I go play where they come from La République, it come out for a pastor.
L'esprit anglophone comprend à gauche.
So this one na a pastor for Yaoundé. He preach for francophone them with some anglophone them for a church. I go translate them for all our country people them where they need to hear this French they talk me they understand what way they talk them slowly. When I hear.
L'esprit anglophone comprend à gauche. Ce n'est pas une injure, c'est la vérité. Hein?
He talks say the spirit of anglophone. Now people the way they think with the left side for their brain. That way francophone they talk say with the think with the left side for their brain. And he talks say this one are true. Now a pastor they talk so for poor people. Now listen.
Ce n'est pas une injure, c'est la vérité. Hein? Parce que c'est un esprit complexe comment? Oui, ils sont complexés.
So it talks say the spirit for anglophone. Now a spirit for people the way they feel inferior. They get complex about themselves.
Donc, ils estiment que on les marginalise. Voilà.
So would the thing say them they marginalize we?
Donc, c'est un mauvais esprit. Levez-vous.
So it talks say na very bad spirit.
On met le feu sur l'esprit anglophone ici au Cameroun. Au nom de Jésus.
So it talks say me them put fire for the spirit for anglophone. Me them burn me Holy Ghost fire. Burn the spirit of anglophone. Now listen.
L'esprit d'incompréhension. C'est l'esprit d'incompréhension.
Say the spirit for inability for notes. That means the spirit for people that they need to understand. Oh God, and now for inside church, as he pray, the talk so, now say the Christian then too, the chakara inside prayer, as when I know them, as it always happen for inside these churches them. When I listen.
Ils comprennent pas comme il faut, ils comprennent à l'envers.
So they think, would they understand now backward.
Au nom puissant de Jésus, esprit anglophone, je te coupe la tête. Au nom puissant de Jésus.
In the name of Jesus, according to what he talk, the spirit of anglophone, I cut your head. And I say the church is flop with thousands of people them. They shout as prayer they always do with commotion, with ecstasy.
Je te coupe la tête. Au nom puissant de Jésus de Nazareth.
As he talk, one anglophone woman for inside the church, he fall for down, let's say the Holy Spirit too, he don't catch him. My country people them. This is deep. The depth of which way you call them the preparation of a genocide. When you see pastor them for pulpit, in the past we don't see minister them, where they don't call we Anglophones. We don't see one the way, but they a tone people them. The bulu one them for inside here on the way they don't come for church, we call us. Ask and say me then give them power. Me the work a key anglophone them. Now when I see them, it come now for pulpit. That means they don't take a spiritual dimension. Pastor they now they give them moral authority for the way we they and they perceive we. The pastor it consider we anglophones them. The fact so they argue with their government. The fact so they demand for freedom, for independence. Say now a bad spirit where they need for cut the head. And our people them. They consider we will be a people of complex. This one a very big, sharp collapse we will need to protect our people from. Because our people, when are religious people then too, they will be affected by this wrong satanic idea where the pastor is the preacher. It did like time for slavery. Some white man pastor then too, they be the commodity talk say slavery. Now till we got that accept them. Make our people then know. Before we join La République du Cameroun, La République, their nurses where they work for hospital, they no be even they get uniform. They are picking the way they be go school. They no be even they go with uniform. They will be in one of the most primitive people them. A country of coupe de tête, coupe la route. Country where it will be full of robbery, gangsterism, killing of each other. Our country, it will be a serene part of Africa. We will be get the first airline for inside Africa. When La République, they no be even manage their own private sectors. We will get one of the biggest construction companies and for the whole of Africa, where it will be very effective, it will be international. Working with the British standard. Make man, ever fool you, say will be inferior to Francophones. All human beings them, now one blood. But when it comes for culture, our own culture them be superior. For every country where you go, where you see Ambazonia and them and La République then they together. Now Anglophone they win elections. Now Anglophone they prosper more. Because we'll be more advanced in our thinking, in our education. Even within our population. The fact say we'll be at 20%. But we'll get 80% of people that will then get master degree. We'll get the highest population in terms of the percentage of picking the way they don't go for university. Now for sure so we'll be more educated than Francophones. Will be more higher, superior in terms of culture than the Francophones. The marginalization, no be a mental disease, no be a spiritual thing. For all our life, throughout the 90s, perhaps till today, we ran the watch CRTV, they play Cameroon national anthem, only for French. Only for French. They go play the first part, na instrumental. Then the part where they go vocalize them, now for French. Apart from the discrimination for jobs and all those things, they have never recognized or respect an Ambazonians or an Anglophone, especially when you speak in your own language. In Yaoundé, even when you pay, even when you are the customer, you are paying money, they will expect you to speak in French. Because they just see the people as Anglophones, our identity as people who are refusing to accept their own culture because their government have refused to recognize our statehood or even our right to design the union between the two countries. Everything we have proposed have been rejected on face value. So there is that trickle-down discrimination and marginalization. It is not a mental disease. It is not a fiction of our imagination. It is for real. When you meet Francophone and Anglophone, they will always assume that the Anglophone should speak French because it comes from the government, the relationship between their government and our own government and our own people, how they regard us, how they treat us. Even Jongu Foncha could not have a phone call with Paul Biya. Cardinal Tumi will beg to see him. The Chad Cameroon pipeline, they refused may not even pass for our territory. Say in the future, maybe if we can benefit from taxation or loyalties. The Francophone government, they don't maltreat we, they don't disrespect we, they don't discard we. And our people must know this fact. The Francophone activists will put out this message. In name na Alain Chomu, and I go on to play a conclusion at the end of the video where they put them outside.
Franchement, je ne sais pas pourquoi est-ce que cette église est toujours ouverte. Je ne sais pas pourquoi est-ce qu'on ne ferme pas cette église. Cette église doit être fermée le plus tôt possible.
So, Mr. Alain Chamu, he call that church meeting close them. But we know say statements like this, it be made by the Clovis and the Kunyam titles where they work for the Cameroon military, where they consider Ambazonians, our culture itself, as a crime, as a provocation, a country where it don't criminalize the history of another part, advocacy for the right of self-determination of another part as a criminal act has led the grounds for such hate speech to be preached. In the Cameroon constitution, hate speech is a serious crime. So this pastor should be arrested if the Cameroon government do not support such line of thoughts. But of course, we know say they no go arrest him because they support them. We don't see their military officer, Moja, it can spew similar hate speech against our people. They have not arrested him. As a matter of fact, they elevate him for publicly making engage with their prime minister. At Tanganji Paul, where it dismiss the advocacy for Ambazonians, their rights against discrimination, they make him minister. So this is coming from the top. This is what Cameroon, as it is, represent itself to our people. An apartheid-like type of discrimination, which we would never accept, which we must resist. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off. Look out for a special edition of today that will base on our history.